Hello friends, welcome to my channel Creating Essence. I am Megan, that's Annie. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I am 10 months pregnant because this girl is in no hurry to get here, but I need to check on the bees. We have had a whole lot of rain. We had a hurricane about 2 weeks ago, and this past week we have had over a foot of rain. Unrelated to the hurricane, just a thing. So take them on in there. It's a good time to check on our 2 beehives and make sure there's not excess moisture in there. See if there's anything we can do to help as they get ready to tuck in for fall time. First thing we need to do is take off the ropes that were strapping them down from the hurricane. Just put those in the middle. You never know what kind of winds we're gonna get. I have ratchet straps that I put on, but I could not find all the pieces. So we just got plain old rope this time. Okay. First up we have the Sugar and Spice Hive. Oh wow, hello girls. They are doing really well, filling things out. Using the hive tool. Woo! To break things apart. There we go. They have really filled things out in here, which is awesome. And they could really use a new super, which is great. We can get them a new one. You can tell by looking in here they have lots of honey stores, which is fantastic because that will hold them in good stead over the winter. So I can see by looking inside of this that every single frame is drawn and they're filling them with supplies. So I'm gonna get this back on there. Take a look at a few of these, see what kind of mix we have going on here, whether it's all brood, all honey, what kind of things we have going on. We have quite a bit of pollen coming in right now. I always take an outside frame off first and put it on my frame holder. I like to make a little more working space. That one's empty. That one's empty. Alright, we're starting to get to the drawn comb. They always build out in the center first. Things are pretty damp in here because of the humidity from all the rain lately. That is good honey stores, nice capped honey. And this side they're filling more honey, but it's not capped yet. I'm drawing out the comb there. And I can see just by looking in, now that I have that one off, that all the rest of these are in the same kind of shape. So that is good. Those are honey stores. They are really eagerly anticipating the coming of winter. And I am not doing a full hive inspection today. I'm just seeing how everyone is faring with all this moisture we've had lately, because I could see signs the front of the hive that there was some water pooling, and I just wanted to make sure that things were a-okay in here. And now I'm going to give these girls a 4th super. It's unlikely that they're going to do any kind of significant storage in it, but it will give them space if they need to. So there we go, girls. Excellent work. I put it back on. we go. Sugar and spice is looking good. And now we will turn our attention toward the salt and pepper hive. These girls already have 4 supers, so we'll see how everything's going in them. All right, nice and full, just like that last one. I don't know if you can tell by the noise, but these girls are a lot more quiet and calm. The swarm hive is a little intense. They have to work hard. They kind of, nature tells them they're working against the clock to get ready for winter. So they get pretty intense. Now I can tell by looking down in here that there's a little bit of drawn out comb, but in general, not much building in this super. So I am confident that they don't need more space before winter. So I'm just going to slide this one off and see what we have going on in the super underneath it. It looks about the same compared to when I put that other super on. Oh man, don't do that. You don't want to sting me. Your life is over if you sting me. She felt sad. I'm actually going to take this one off as well, because I can tell that it's just honey stores. I really want to see how the moisture we've been having lately. That was hot and sweaty. Hi Cooper, you're a good boy. So there was quite a bit of moisture inside the hives, especially the salt and pepper hive. I noticed there was a lot of wood on the inside that was a bit wet. In the winter time, I use weatherproofing tape and put it around the seams to help keep the wind out and the cold, and I found that to be really, really helpful. However, I kind of don't want to trap anything in right now, so I have a shim in one end of each box so that air can get out the top, bees can come out the top, but it still has weather protection because it's slightly lifted, but it has the lip that goes over. And I don't want to tape them up right now because I think as much as the moisture could get in, it can also get out a lot more efficiently in the deeper layers that way. So I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on the weather forecast. And if we have a bunch of rain in the forecast, I may have to go out and temporarily tape it just to keep more moisture from getting in, because I really don't want them to get too wet in there and have mold and stuff start happening. Right now, everything looks good. Like I said, I wasn't doing like a full hive inspection. I just wanted to see the effects of the almost 2 feet of rain we've had between the hurricane and this past week of rain. And it is wet, it is damp, it is moist. If it stays this way, it could be bad for my bees. I'm hoping it starts to dry out now. That will probably be the last time I check on the bees before the baby comes. I mean, barring some emergency, a bee emergency, that will be the last time. We should start getting our cooler nights here soon as we're getting to the end of August. So that will make morning inspections much more bearable, even if our days are still getting up in the high 90s like they can do well into September here. If you are a beekeeper, I would love to hear how the recent hurricanes and craziness have affected them. I know a beekeeper right down the road from us was affected by some flash flooding, and several of his hives were completely just wiped out by flash flooding, even though he had them raised off the ground. The water levels got really high really fast this past week. I'm grateful that the ropes that I had in place were enough to hold the hives down during the hurricane. And now I just have to hope that that moisture inside resolves itself before it damages anything. Thank you all so much for hanging out today. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I will do my very best to answer them, or I will direct you to much more knowledgeable and experienced people that can answer them for you. Always carry a spare battery with you when you are filming if you're a YouTuber. And subscribe to hang out for more. We'll see you again soon.